Ladies and gentlemen, and sexy people all over the world, welcome to the stream with zero signal DBS and.
How's everyone doing? Just got done watching Dragon Ball Super episode 128. And as we always like to do on the channel, we get together and talk about the episode and theorize what could possibly happen in the future episodes on Dragon Ball Super. So, dude, what's your initial thoughts to what we just saw there on the episode?
It was very touching, I thought. Before I go into it, I want to kind of reaffirm that there'll be some spoilers we'll have to talk about. So if you haven't seen it yet, you don't want that to be ruined, then just close the video.
Yeah, so probably it's a fair comment, dude, to give us a bit of a spoiler warning, because obviously some people might not have seen it. So
yeah, it was aired it finished airing about 10 minutes ago. So it won't be long before I'm sure people will upload it online, and you'll be able to find the ways of watching it by your own means. But we won't be sharing those ways. But the obvious one's Crunchyroll. It's popular. Anyway, I'll get into the episode. I thought it was very touching. We saw a lot of. It was strongly Vegeta. He was facing off Jiren. He had drained of his energy. He tried to power up to Super Saiyan Blue. He couldn't get past his normal form, so he was clearly exhausted. And we saw him getting pummeled by Jiren, basically. And he was continuing.
I could take that, dude. Take for Vegeta fans.
Huh?
I had to take that, man, for Vegeta fans.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, boy, taken down like that.
I know. It was. It was complimentary in a way, that the way Vegeta just continued. His pride showed, and he continued to charge at Jiren. Obviously knowing that he couldn't do much. We see him go into some. He has some flashbacks to memories of Bulma and Kappa, Trunks. And it kind of keeps him motivated to carry on. Goku's on the floor watching. He's exhausted. Vegeta even manages to do a final flash, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those episodes where it seemed like the Dragon Ball Super was doing a good job of just hammering home just how powerful Jiren is, whilst at the same time reaching out and making Vegeta more of a relatable character. Like he's trying his best, and he's almost trying to overcome the impossible. Jiren's almost built up to like a Superman level where his powers have no limits. And here you've got Vegeta who's just going all out against the odds with literally nothing left, to the point where he can't even turn into a Super Saiyan. And yeah, it's quite sad really, because we've seen Vegeta's promise to Kappa, and you know, obviously his resolve is to always never back down, and obviously he's such a prideful character. So to see him go down in the way that he did, it was kind of fitting really, because if Vegeta is to get thrown out of the tournament, it has to be something like this that gets him out, because to be such a powerful and prideful character, it wouldn't make sense really for him really to get eliminated in any other fashion. What do you think, dude?
I think you're right. I think as well, it's kind of it's a traditional thing that they do throughout the series, where that seems to be the formula, that Vegeta ends up being eliminated or defeated in an epic way, like an emotional way, which kind of triggers Goku to step up, and I think that's what's happening here again.
Yeah, it would seem so, wouldn't it? It would seem so. I think we've. That's pretty much it. Comment from Samuel Raider, dude. Thanks very much for coming on down and checking out the stream. Goku dies. Yeah, spoiler alert. No, Goku is very much alive. But what we did see, and I'm no doubt we'll come on to this in more detail, but throughout the episode, not only did we see Vegeta pummeled to a pulp, but we also see Goku pummeled, because as Vegeta is eliminated, and we'll go into his elimination in a little bit more detail, but as he's been eliminated, when Goku gets back up to challenge Jiren, we see Goku manhandled just as much as Vegeta, whereas obviously Goku was in his blue form and he was just getting pummeled, wasn't he?
Well, I think, as Vegeta fell, I don't know if he mentioned, as Vegeta fell, his last moment, he threw the remainder of his energy onto Goku, which is what helps Goku get to his feet. And I think he used that energy to power up to Super Saiyan Blue, but it wasn't enough to fully charge it. So in his Super Saiyan Blue form, he charges Jiren for a short while, and I think Jiren just punches Goku once, which is enough to send him back to his original state. And it's from there, he starts getting the beating, and he's, as you say, man, he was just as resilient. You know, I think he realizes at this point that there's so much weight on the outcome of this fight.
Yeah. It was nice as well to see Goku have flashbacks as well. You know, because...
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he? Flashbacks to what's happened in the tournament, basically. Roshi, Piccolo, Gohan, 17, even Frieza. Frieza, but the fact that Goku thought about Frieza and that kind of spurred him on to stay on his feet was, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, dude, I've just realised that this stream doesn't appear to be appear to be going on. Oh, there we go. The window doesn't appear to be switching between us, as in the way that it normally would.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I've got it on you at the moment, but that's weird how that's worked out. But yeah, it was quite bizarre how Frieza was one of the people who it turned to when Goku was seeing all of his friends, you know, saying, you know, Goku, you know, get up, you know, you can do it, you can do it. And Frieza was one of the people. It just seemed a bit bizarre, but
yeah, man. I'm just a little speechless about this episode. It was powerful. The animation wasn't bad, but it wasn't quite. I didn't think it was quite there as it was compared to the last few episodes.
Yeah,
which could mean that the animation in the next episode will be a lot better.
Yeah,
put more time into it.
That's one of the things about Super. One criticism you could have of Super is the fact that it goes a few episodes of amazing animation, and then all of a sudden you get quite poor animation. If they could increase the quality but consistently, I think that would benefit the series. Yeah. But in terms of what actually happened in the episode, I think Vegeta fans can. As Vegeta was eliminated and he's in the bleachers, Krillin gives him a Senzu Bean and Gohan is kind of holding him up. And it was quite good because we saw Beerus and Whis congratulating him on his performance. And there was like a real sincere look upon Beerus's face. You know, you did a really, really good job. You've surpassed our expectations. And Roshi and Gohan as well were just, you know, in terms of their facial reactions to Vegeta, it was quite good to see their approval of everything he's done in the tournament. Absolutely. And in terms of and in terms of Goku though, and what you know, we've seen the Ultra Instinct kicked in towards the end of the episode, and it completely turned the fight because, like we mentioned earlier, Goku was getting pummeled in his Super Saiyan Blue form, and again, Super obviously is showing us that anything other than Ultra Instinct is just no match for Jiren.
What do you think about the idea that so the last episode, supposedly we got to see Jiren have a power up, go into his full power essentially.
Yeah.
But to me, it felt like there's not really it's not much difference to how he was before then. It doesn't seem like much of a boost. When it was throwing Goku about in Super Saiyan Blue before this power up. And then I don't know. Is it just me or is that Jiren's not much stronger, or is he still holding back? And that did he power up for a little bit and then decided I don't need this much energy to fight these people, so he pushed it back down.
Yeah.
We're about to see Goku master Ultra Instinct. Will we then see Jiren's like true power?
I guess it's a good question, dude. I mean, Jiren's power, he's shown throughout the tournament, he's clearly on a completely another level to everybody else, with the exception of Goku and his Ultra Instinct state. But when he powered up, and obviously he looked like a bloody candle, didn't he? He was stood there and he had the frigging, aura coming out of him. But he does appear to be performing better, and he does appear to be strong, but I'm not quite sure, because if you remember in the first fight with Goku, episode 109, 110, the special, Jiren looked immense. Goku was in Ultra Instinct, but he pretty much never landed a blow on Jiren whatsoever. And then we see Jiren apparently powering up, like you say, and he's never seemed to quite hit that same height, has he?
No.
So be interesting to see where they go with it, but clearly what we've got now is a straight out fight between Goku and Jiren, and the next week's preview, I mean, the thing that's the thumbnail that is going to be on everybody's YouTube videos in the next 24 hours is that shot we see of Goku in his perfected Ultra Instinct form. And it's amazing how many forms that these guys get. I mean, whether it's a Rage form with like a blue aura with a Super Saiyan as well, or whether it's a Kaioken with blue. So it's purely to sell toys, but we've got Ultra Instinct as we know it, and then we have this new perfected Ultra Instincts, which seems to be more like darker blue, and the eyes are, it's all going around in the eyes, and obviously we're going to see a lot more of it next week. But
yeah,
it certainly looks impressive.
My confession is that unfortunately I missed the preview.
You missed the preview.
I missed the preview. Yeah. So I'll have to wait for about half an hour or an hour before I can see that.
Oh, dude. Basically,
I've already heard.
Jiren,
I've already heard from people's responses about what was on it, and with a little preview into the Mastered Ultra Instinct. So yeah, that'll be cool.
A couple of comments due to pick up on Joho Taizao or Tizao. Sorry. Yeah, do you want to give that a go, dude? I can't quite pronounce that.
On YouTube comments.
Yeah, just in the chat. Welcome back to Lax224. Welcome back to the channel, dude. Thanks for stopping by.
I think they're saying they want to watch Dragon Ball Super.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no problem. Well, don't worry, because
Portuguese.
All right, okay.
And then we got like LA Triple X. The name I'm very familiar with.
Okay, so Lax224 asks the question: what causes Goku to go Ultra? Well, essentially, dude, in the episode, it's centered around Vegeta, and he's basically refusing to go down. Jiren is just pummeling the hell out of him, and he's refusing to go down. He's got no energy left. He can't even turn Super Saiyan. It's just pure willpower alone. He's keeping Vegeta in there. And obviously Goku is on the ground, kind of wounded, looking over at Vegeta, thinking, Christ, this guy. Vegeta's having flashbacks of his family. And eventually, when Jiren does knock Vegeta off the stage, as Vegeta's falling down, he's kind of tears in his eyes for Cabba, for Bulma, and for Kakarot. A little bit like he was like when he was doing his final atonement back in Dragon Ball Z. He was like, I do this for you, Bulma, I do this for you, Trunks. And even you, Kakarot. A little bit like that. But as he's going off the stage, he kind of fires a little bit of his, what I interpreted to be his, what's it? Not his ki, but his kind of life energy. Like Genki. That I interpret it to be his Genki. And that causes Goku to kind of rise up to his feet. He kind of feels a bit more power. Goes into blue, starts fighting. Again, makes some comment for Vegeta, thank you for the power or something like that. Fights Jiren. Jiren starts pummeling him to bits. And it's a little bit like if you've seen Terminator 2, when you've got when the T-1000 is going for Sarah Connor, and Sarah Connor gets the shotgun, and she's like, and the guy's like right on the edge, and it's just like one more bullet is needed to knock him off. That was like the moment where Jiren was pummeling Goku, and it's like one more hit and he's off. And then Goku is just like rises up, and he obviously got the Ultra Instinct. So Jiren charges up his hand, and as he comes down, that's the moment where Goku literally goes into Ultra Instinct and ends up going through Jiren.
Well, we see him get flashbacks, don't we, as he's going into Ultra Instinct? Thinking about the people in the tournament that are important to him. It's similar to what we saw with Vegeta this episode.
Yeah, it was quite a heartwarming episode, as you've kind of alluded to already, dude, but hard to watch. And yeah, harsh, Vegeta crying. It was harsh, but as we've kind of said earlier on, it kind of felt fitting, really, because he was such a warrior in this episode that he couldn't really have gone out in any other way. He literally couldn't give anything else. There was nothing left. And, he was still, every time Jiren was putting him down, he was still getting up. And we see as he's actually eliminated and, he's sad because he's not able to keep his promise. We see that when he's in the bleachers, the look of like admiration on the faces of Beerus and Whis and, all of the guys, they're all kind of in awe, really, of what Vegeta did. And obviously what Goku's doing now. But it's all about next week's preview. And, like I said, that's going to be the thumbnail to every YouTuber's videos, that shot of Goku going into his perfected Ultra Instinct. So I guess we're just going to have to see what spoilers come out in the week. But if anybody's got any theories as to what could happen, so Lax, there go my hopes for Fusion. Yeah, there go a lot of people's hopes, dude. Would you have liked to see Fusion, dude?
I would have done, yeah. I was counting on it for quite a while. I was convinced that we'd see some Vegito in action.
Yeah.
I still think it's strange that it's a bit not related to Fusion, but it's just I don't want to mention it because now I might forget about it. Is that we saw nothing of Frieza this episode. There's nothing of Frieza in the preview, was there?
No, I don't think so, dude.
And I mean, it can't be that it can't be that the writers have forgotten.
No, dude.
Frieza, So
no.
Will it be a thing where Goku and Jiren will take each other out, and then Frieza's just lying there on the stage and wins the tournament for the ball? All right. Or does Goku grab hold of Jiren and instant transmission out of the arena?
That's a brilliant idea. Dude, that's like the best idea ever. Why doesn't he try and like instant transmission into the bleachers?
Side along. Yeah, let's Jiren grab hold of his punch and then he just instant transmissions into the stands. Then Frieza's there like, woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, just on the stage, like, see ya. But yeah, dude, but that could actually happen. That should happen. But I like the idea of a double elimination. A double elimination, though, if do you not think?
No, they might do a double elimination. I just mean they won't have it like it'll be so anticlimactic if Goku decides to instant transmission and out.
Yeah, it'll be built up big time.
Yeah.
I kind of see it working in some kind of, because they're saying at the moment there's 2 minutes left in the Tournament of Power. So the way I see it is, I can totally see it going where there's literally like 1 minute left, and time is ticking down, and we see like slow motion as Jiren, I don't know, realizes he's got to do something, and literally seconds are left, and I can see Goku and Jiren going out together in some kind of like a double elimination, Frieza being left, and then my theory, and I'm going to probably do a video on this in the week, but my theory that of something that could happen is you'd have Frieza with the power. He's won effectively the Tournament of Power, and he's got the wish. So the theory is that he could trade that wish to Vegeta or Goku, so they can wish Universe 6 back and any other fallen universes, with the exception of Ribrianne's universe, hopefully. But so they could wish everybody back, but in return, Frieza wants God of Destruction power, and maybe even Beerus's place, because I don't think it's an accident that we've seen Frieza get wrecked by Toppo and Jiren and like freak out about it. He's just got literally ruffle stomped by anyone in the Pride Troopers. He even got like wrecked by Buddy Dispo. So I think it's all foreshadowing that he's going to want that Hakai energy. So if he can say, "Oh, I've got this wish. If you want the wish to fulfill your promise to Cabba, I'll give you the wish. So I won't wish for something evil, but in return, I want Hakai energy, and I want to be the God of Destruction."
Oh wow!
What do you reckon?
That's interesting theory. Yeah, I can. It's in character.
Yeah.
Happening. I think. Yeah, I don't know what to add.
Well, Lax 224.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it, dude. Go for it.
So Lax 224 is saying Fraser has some kind of end game plan, and most likely at the end of it, the stage will be destroyed and both Jiren and Goku will fall. It's another likely theory in my book.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen.
It's still anticlimactic, I think. It depends what breaks the stage. Will the stage be broken by them clashing with the most powerful attacks? It's like a final blast, and then the stage is destroyed and they're both out. Oh.
It could be. You could have like a double. You could have them kind of shooting key blasts at each other, and then it's interesting because earlier on in the Tournament of Power, Frieza actually says, and he saves Goku from going out, and says, "No, I need you to stay in," and he gives him some energy. So it obviously the writers already knew what was going to happen at the end. So maybe that's foreshadowing. Maybe it's the fact that Goku always lets his guard down. So if, for example, Goku is able to get Jiren out of the off the stage, then you could have a situation where it's just Frieza and Goku left, and Frieza punches or kicks Goku off the stage, just like, and he could like have a flashback and say, "You've always let your guard down." When Sorbet shot his rifle and it went straight through Goku's chest and pretty much KO'd him, or when he recruits Frieza and uses Fortune Telebaba to get him, where Sidra hired those assassins, and just before that, Frieza kind of came in and punched Goku and said, "Oh, my arm slipped." Do you remember that? Yeah. Goku always lets his guard down around him.
There's that. I mean, I didn't think the writing on that was so good. But
no.
Forgiven.
Wow.
We got somebody else has joined the chat there. Watashi Kita. Apologies if I've pronounced the name wrong. Except Goku went Ultra Instinct just randomly. This episode was so bad. Full power Jiren just gets punched against the nearly dead Goku in the Unlimited. Yeah,
I take that.
That's okay. I mean, as for the episode being so bad, I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts, like some deeper thoughts as to why you think that, or is it just for the reason you provided? Which is, I think that was a valid point, and it's something I thought about when it happened. Is that I think I mentioned it earlier in the video that this whole thing that, for a start, Jiren, we've seen Ultra Instinct in this form before, which is we know now is currently imperfected. It's not there yet. We've seen that Goku in that form fighting Jiren, he wasn't able to land a punch on Jiren, and that's before Jiren had this big supposed power up recently. And that power up, I think it's I was saying earlier, I think it wasn't. I didn't think there's anything special about it. It doesn't feel any different.
No, there's no form. There's like no different form or anything. There's no different form or anything.
Yeah, but it's as this what Vadashi Gakita's pointed out as well. It's that we see at the end of this episode that Goku manages to punch Jiren and in a way that it's evident that it hurts him.
Yeah,
that surprised me. I would have thought that Jiren, especially in this power-up state, would have just been able to block that.
Yeah.
Unless Goku's had that much of a boost since last time he got beaten up.
But he's still not in his Ultra Instinct perfected form. He's just in the standard Ultra Instinct, isn't it?
No, and it kind of makes me. It does make me think that we still haven't seen Jiren's full energy, because if it's in this current state, this imperfected state, right, that Goku's able to damage Jiren in that way. And next week there's going to be a huge. You know what it's like every time they boost Goku's power. It's just such a jump. It just tells me that we can't be seeing Jiren's full power at the moment, and it's maybe that Jiren kind of went to full power for a little bit, and then decided, you know what, there's no need for this. I'm just wasting energy. Or it's kind of like, oh, that wasn't that was 100% of 1% power. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how next week plays out, basically. Well, there's another comment from Lax224. I mean, would you want to read that out? Because I've been in the mic space for a while.
No, it's all good, man. Lax224, maybe Zeno loves the tournament so much he chooses to bring the universes back for a tournament every year or something like that, basically fighting slaves. That's I actually suggested that before, but I got abuse for it. I can totally see that happening, because it would be in character of Zeno too, because clearly he just likes to be entertained. He's just like a kid, isn't he? So yeah, I completely agree. I can totally see that happening. And I just wanted to pick up as well on Watoshi's point. You know, he comments that the episode's so bad and that full power Jiren gets punched against a nearly dead Goku. And I think what we could be talking about there is essentially we get told, and like you mentioned a bit about it as well, we get told that a character has used all of their energy, like there's nothing left. And like the very next episode, and I'll use the Vegeta final explosion as an example. So he uses the final atonement, final explosion, call it what you want, and gets Toppo out of there. He's got nothing left. Nothing left. And he's doing the usual clutch in his left arm like he does in every Dragon Ball arc since the dawn of time. And in the very next episode, he's walking out against Jiren and going into his Beyond Blue form. I'll call it Beyond Blue because we don't have another name for it yet. But, you know, that form surely takes an incredible amount of energy, which apparently he's used all of. And just a little bit like what you're saying there, Goku's pretty much dead. And then all of a sudden he goes Ultra Instinct and he's able to do something he's not been able to do in any of the episodes, like actually land a hit. And it just takes. I mean, and just one final point, dude, before I pass it back is, if you made the point about the characters going like he's going 77% of his energy, or he's going 80% of his power, right? And Dragon Ball loves to do this, and it's just fucking stupid, right? And apologies, but it really is, because if Jiren was gonna waste energy at any point in his life, surely the universal survival will be the one moment with 2 minutes left until his universe has been erased that he might want to start thinking about using a bit of energy to get these guys out of there, because he's 2 minutes away from being erased. And the bit of backstory that we've had on Jiren, right?
Yeah.
Everything that he cares about and loves is about to go in 2 minutes, but apparently his kahunas are too big, or so big, that he doesn't want to expel any more energy. It's just, I mean, I know it's only I know it's like a fucking cartoon, right? But just, I mean, he's got to start thinking about using some energy at some point. And if it's not going to be in the fucking universal survival arc, then when the pissing hell is it going to be? Sorry, rant over.
Yeah, I think like, if it is the case that he's still holding back at this point, and that it'll reveal it when Goku masters Ultra Instinct, it does seem like ridiculous, and like the only reason for it I can think of is literally just it's kind of lazy writing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Series.
With 2 minutes to go in the Tournament of Power, he's finally using 67% of his energy.
It does. If that's the case, it's like I think it's pretty lazy. Let's say we'll just have to see what happens. I've got ideas which we've spoken about, but whatever happens, I do think it's if Goku masters this Ultra Instinct, then in this current state, without receiving a power up, Jiren's going to get pummeled, no problem. I think. Or will Goku? Even the only other possibility I can think of is, you say like Goku's kind of gets cocky. Like, I'm destroying you. I'm going to show you what it feels like to be outmatched. Play with Jiren a bit, even though it's so close to his universe being erased. It's just like similar to how we saw with Gohan against Cell. It's like, oh, I'm so much more powerful. I'm going to play with you for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it turned and bit him in the ass. So.
But that's Dragon Ball, isn't it, dude? That is Dragon Ball. Lax224's come in. Maybe Jiren has to meditate to build up power. Do you want to take that, dude?
Yeah, well, we've seen evidence of that, haven't we? Back after we first saw him fight against Ultra Instinct Goku. I should say at this point, imperfect Ultra Instinct. He kind of decided nobody else in this tournament is a threat to me, so I'm going to just sit here and meditate. He instructed Dispo and Topo to guard him, essentially.
Yeah.
But he put up this barrier as well, didn't he, basically? No, but only somebody who's a threat can break through this barrier. So we already know he's a bit of he's quite big-headed.
Well, if you're that powerful, you'd have a bit of an ego, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it'll kind of explain a little bit of his still holding back some power because he wants to whip it out last second,
Wait, what out?
his final is 100% of his 100% of his power.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's got a little bit of it showing. It's kind of like you can see a lot of that flash.
Welcome to the
hidden by a barrier.
Welcome to the weird part of the internet that you. It's late.
Then at the end, we'll kind of just see it unfold, and everyone in the audience is gonna be like, "Oh my god, oh my god, have you seen the power in Jiren? It's it's energy.
He's now using.
Hummels Goku."
I've never seen Jiren like this before. He's using 98% of his energy.
But yeah, there's two minutes remain in the Tournament of Power. Jiren at this point is very close to being erased, and apparently doesn't want to use any more power than that is that is required. So probably going to end up in Goku winning or a tie from Lax 224. Yeah, a little bit like the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament. Goku didn't win that fight. So, I don't know. It's my thoughts at the moment are they're going to make it as it's going to be as predictable as what you'd expect Dragon Ball to be, because there hasn't been that many surprises, has there? They've pretty much stayed to the script.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you think there'll be any surprises, dude?
Think what? Sorry.
Do you think there'll be any more surprises?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some surprise from Frieza in some way.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Some things. Well, I don't know. I've no idea what. But they're purposely kind of hiding Frieza this episode.
Also, dude, 17.
Yeah.
So he self-destructed, but we don't have. All we know is we don't have confirmation he's died, and we know he's definitely not been eliminated via the usual method of elimination. Otherwise, he'd be in the bleachers. So it's conceivable that 17's still in, even though I don't think it's as out there as one of Hit's clones or one of Hit's, Hit stuck in time in the tournament. I don't think it's as wild as that theory, but it's said that 17 blew himself up. It's assumed. The Grand Prix said we assume that's what's happened. We don't have any confirmation of that, and obviously he's not in the bleachers. So your thoughts on 17?
I think that's very unlikely, but it's as you say, it's not that out there, I suppose, compared to some of the theories that have been going around. Like if 17 is around, like what's he doing at the moment, and why can't anybody see him?
He's only using 25% of his power.
Or is it like a chip? Is it still kind of a chip there, lying somewhere, a microchip, lying on the ground?
Yeah, it's like Terminator.
Yeah, still kind of observing. And then it's like everyone gets knocked out. It's like, oh my god, it's a draw. It's no, it isn't. There's some circuitry here. There's 17 that you see this little flashing like.
Yeah.
Jiren's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake, not you again. But all in all, I would give this episode a 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. It was lazy in some respects, and as some of the comments on the section have pointed out, but as a huge Vegeta fan, I think the way that he went out was the right way. So that's my reasons for that. Dude, would you care to give your rating out of 10 for this episode?
Yours.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5, dude. I'll give it.
I would have said about between 7.5 and 8. Like, and for similar reasons, like as you say, it was kind of lazy in some regards, and there wasn't much. It was kind of there wasn't much different happening in regards to Jiren's power. It's kind of the same as we've seen in the last two. since his power up. I suppose his power up was last week, sorry, but I enjoyed the. I felt connected to it with what was happening with Vegeta. I felt emotionally connected, and sometimes it's things like that that can really make an episode great for me because it's leading to an epic fight. Like it's kind of helped building that up.
It's a really good point, dude.
In that respect, it's played its part, building the next fight up. So,
I mean, would you say that Vegeta's the most well-built character in? I mean, what am I getting at here? What am I getting at? Is Vegeta the most kind of relatable character in the Tournament of Power in terms of the way the story's been built up? Do you think? Like with his family and stuff.
What do you think on that?
Well, I think he probably is because obviously Goku's the main character and everything, but it feels like in the Tournament of Power, the way it's been done, you know, it's been. I feel like most casual fans who watch the show will kind of be rooting for Vegeta because he's fighting for his family and he's always having flashbacks about Bulma, who, you know, the old Vegeta was like, woman, get me a drying cloth at once. But this Vegeta is like, he completely loves his wife and he loves his kids and he's just devastated that he wasn't able to keep to his word, but he literally couldn't have done anything else. He was getting pummeled and getting up. And I just think that people who have watched the episodes and the build up to this point are going to watch that and they're going to kind of feel something. Whereas with some of the other characters, I just don't think you kind of get that feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I agree with that. There has been this build up for Vegeta. The characters certainly changed since Dragon Ball Z. He loves his family. He's still the Vegeta a lot of us know and love, and that is pride as a Saiyan, the Prince of Saiyans. And I think obviously there are a lot of Vegeta fans who will be saddened by Vegeta falling from the stage in this tournament, but I think it was all dignified and with the flashbacks and the music behind it, it's really pulled at the heartstrings of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to, I mean, 17 being eliminated last week. I mean, that a lot of people were. I suppose apparently he's been killed, right? Or he's blown himself up. I think a lot of people felt sad about that, and it was an emotional moment.
17 was awesome.
People feel sad about Vegeta.
I agree, but and I kind of feel bad saying this, dude, but I can't get really hyped for this Goku Jiren fight. I really want to. I really, really want to, but I'm just being honest because there's no point in lying about it. I just can't get hyped for it because, like the comment earlier on from one of the viewers said, you know, Goku he's getting fucking destroyed by Jiren. He's getting pummeled. He's got no energy left, barely any energy left. And then suddenly we're meant to believe that he gets Ultra Instinct from nowhere and starts beating the shit out of Jiren. I just can't, dude. It's just an arse pull. Is it? Am I being...
I think that's reasonable.
I want to though, dude. I really want to, but I mean, I know it's Dragon Ball Z, dude. Sorry, Dragon Ball, but fucking, I mean, come on. I mean, someone needs to have a look at the writers and say, at least make the fans who were watching the show celebrate when Goku's kind of hard work or his techniques and the way he's kind of gone about doing something has paid off and, oh, he's getting there. It's not... This Ultra Instinct thing has pretty much come out of absolutely nowhere because it was Vegeta that was doing the majority of the training with Whis. It was Vegeta, and if you remember, when Goku starts joining the training with Vegeta and they're holding things up and having to walk with stuff, it's actually stated by Whis that Vegeta's weights are double. So all the press ups Vegeta was doing and all the weight he was carrying is twice as much as Goku, yet he's still keeping up with him. That was specifically stated. And we're supposed to believe that Goku's getting Ultra Instinct and now he's with no energy left, apparently. He's going to beat the shit out of Jiren. I mean, I can't, dude.
Yeah, you're right. Can't argue with that.
But give me an argument give me a Goku's fan's perspective on this.
Oh, really? Because I agree with you. I think, like, at this point, it's hard to get excited about Goku going Ultra Instinct because we've seen it like 3 times already, and like Goku's been down to like, I mean, what was about 20 episode? It's literally a few months ago. So Goku was out of energy completely, being destroyed by Jiren, and now since then he's gone back to full SS Blue form, gone to Ultra Instinct again, been knocked back down, gone back to the form again with Kaioken times 20, been given a tiny little bit of energy from Vegeta as he's fallen, and then gone back to Super Saiyan Blue for a little bit, and now Ultra Instinct, and managed to put this newly powered Jiren so hard that it's kind of winded him. And next episode is going to get even a bigger power up. I think Toriyama's pushed a bit too much onto Goku, and it's different because of that reason. It's difficult to get excited about it. I mean,
people will, dude. I think it's
excited about seeing just like what kind out of interest, like what kind of difference the Mastered Ultra Instinct will be, what it's going to look like in the animation, and what music they're going to use as it goes into this form. It's kind of, I think it's hard for me to get excited about it at this point, but I respect that when I'm watching it, I'm probably going to be like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah. I mean, it did look, dude. I mean, I know you missed the preview trailer, but the next episode preview does look lit. Like, it does look good, and Goku's form looks cool. It does look cool. It has come out of fucking nowhere. And just a couple of comments from Lax224 that I wanted to pick up on. We'll come to the predictions in a second, dude, if that's all right. But he makes the comment, Goku has gone Ultra Instinct, like, for the first time, but he's done it 5 times in a 1-hour period. You know, because we know this tournament of powers is 48 minutes. So he's gone Ultra Instinct like 5 times in less than an hour, and within that 1 hour, he's been like pretty much with 0 energy left twice or maybe 3 times. That's just fucking stupid. I'm just keeping it real. That's very hard to see with Vegeta. He was going hard, like really hard, but then he did run out of energy, and we saw what happened. He got pummeled by Jiren, and he went down like a warrior because he couldn't even transform. He had nothing left. Whereas Goku, and I appreciate. I'm probably sounding like a Vegeta fanboy, but I don't want to sound like that. I try and look at things objectively, and the way I see it is you've got characters who are running out of energy, and then you've got Goku, who, like says, has gone Ultra Instinct 5 times. He's got no energy left a few times, but yet I don't even know what to say, dude.
I mean, I think we've already like spoken about this in this live stream. It's very imbalanced and unrealistic even in the world of Dragon Ball, that Goku's had this many power-ups, say within an hour. 3 times on Instinct, and we've seen a 4th version. it shouldn't be surprising at this point, but it still does. It surprises me just how kind of deep into Goku they are at the moment. It's like, you know.
Dude, can you remember? Has Goku gone Super Saiyan 3 at any point during the Tournament of Power? Did he do it when he was showing the Universe 6 Saiyans?
Oh. Gosh.
Or did he just skip it and go straight to God?
I think he went to Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, and then went to... We've seen the red form.
Yeah, so we've seen 1, 2, God, Ultra Instinct. So we've seen 1, 2, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, and Ultra Instinct, and now we're seeing Mastered Ultra Instinct. Dude, that's 6 forms. We've seen 6 forms in 46 minutes.
I've seen one change in Vegeta. One.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. But I guess before we wrap this up, we should just quickly pick up on the question. Any predictions for the next episode? So this is Dragon Ball Super episode 129, in which we see that Goku perfects his Ultra Instinct. Do you have any thoughts on what could happen?
Yeah, we're going to see. There's going to be a huge build-up of this power of Goku. I think a lot of the episode will be spent Goku powering up.
What's like screaming? Ah!
Yeah, not as much as the classic Dragon Ball, but you know it'll be a big moment because it's coming to the close very soon. Sadly, I'm stalling. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we'll see Goku power up in this form. It'll be epic. There'll be some ridiculous music going on, which will add to it. Which I'm a big fan of. I love it when they bring the music to make the scene more powerful. Jiren will see that he's no match for this new form in this state. Like Goku's going to be like catch like punches like when Trunks came from the future to warn him about the androids. He was like trying to hit Goku with a sword, just with his little finger like blocking.
Yeah,
like that. And then Jiren will then say, "I'm gonna stop hiding this true full power. This is my true form."
Yeah.
And I think Goku's probably going to still be a little bit stronger, but they'll run out of time. They'll both knock each other out. There'll be a final blast, like a struggle between the two of them. Attacks. I like what Lax 224 said earlier. It gave me the idea that the stage will be destroyed in their attacks, and so it'll be even. In the end.
That's a really good idea, actually. That is a really good idea.
What about you? What do you think will happen? Predictions?
Yeah, I mean, I like some of what you just said, actually, there, dude. I think that some of that could really happen, and like you mentioned, the idea of the whole stage blowing up, that really could happen. For me, I think what's going to happen is Goku's going to continue in Ultra Instinct as we know it now, and Jiren's going to figure it out, and he's going to start to tee off on Goku, and Goku's current Ultra Instinct is not going to be enough. Jiren's just going to be too powerful, and all of his kind of techniques are going to start to basically not work. And then I think Goku will realize that the way it's going, it's not going to last much longer. And then he'll finally figure out how to master the Ultra Instinct technique. We'll probably, like you say, get the musical start. He'll get the form, and then the musical kick on, and then they'll be fighting, and probably get into a ki blast, and I think that'll happen towards the end of the episode. So we'll probably only get like 3 or 4 minutes of like truly mastered Ultra Instinct versus a powered up Jiren, because there's no doubt when Ultra Instinct's mastered kicks in, Jiren's like, well, I'm going to go even more powerful, and like he'll probably like say whip out a new form or something like that. And so
that's I like that as well. I think that when you were saying that, it kind of you've convinced me already that that's probably what's going to happen. At least the first part with Jiren figuring out the current form, Ultra Instinct, and it not being enough for Goku, and that's why it's necessary for him to power up to his new form. Either that, or let's say like Jiren just decides to show this full power. But it's just to quickly add, because we've got a few more comments since we started talking about the predictions. From our friend Lex224 saying, when he fought Khalifa and KO, he goes Super Saiyan 3. You asked earlier whether or not Goku goes to Super Saiyan 3. Thank you for clearing that up. But he doesn't stay in the form for long. Lex224 also said that he hopes to see Jiren go all out. He wants to see Jiren's power.
Yeah, but isn't Jiren already going all out? This is the issue.
I was saying that at this point, I'm not convinced. I think we've got more to see from him, because
I agree.
We're going to see a power boost again from Goku. I said something else. I want to see something similar to when Goku and Beerus fought. And each hit like rocks the universe. Yeah, it probably will be. It'll be.
I can definitely see that happening. Yeah, because that would really signify, the two with Frieza kicking about somewhere, and hits, clone, kicking about somewhere. It would really like signify how powerful these two motherfuckers are, especially when Ultra mastered Instinct shit and Jiren, goes even crazier in his power. Would make sense.
Absolutely. Maybe we should start to wrap it up.
Yeah, should wrap it up. All right then, dude. Well, thanks very much for stopping by. If anybody has come and whacked a like on this video, then thank you very much for that. Usually, I've said like last week, we usually get a lot more dislikes, and unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. When we do videos like this, all we're doing really essentially is talking about the events of the episode, and we try to be engaged and we try to get you guys involved in the conversation. But because at this time, just after the episode airs, so many thousands of people are looking desperately to try and find the video of the episode online. They click on the video, they see two guys talking, and they don't see Goku, and they just whack that dislike button, and that's fine, that's understandable. But just understand that when we do these videos, we are doing them purely as fans, trying to engage with the Dragon Ball community, which is you guys, and hopefully the true Dragon Ball fans who like to come and check out the streams and talk with us about Dragon Ball. Understand that we're just talking and we're not showing the episode. So thanks very much for stopping on by. And any closing remarks, dude?
Just everything you said, really. Thank you to those people that do come and talk to us, or just, as you say, observe us talking about the episode. We're just passionate about it, and we always have been since we were children.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just fun. It's fun for us, and we've got some. It's nice to have some people, regulars, come back each week and give us some extra material to talk about. So thank you, and yeah, we should see you. We'll be back soon. There'll be another episode another video up on this channel. Probably.
Yeah, so we'll maybe do another stream talking about spoilers that come out, because no doubt in the next few days we're going to get spoilers for episode. Well, this week, with the next few days, we're going to get spoilers for episode 130 and 131, I would imagine. I think we're going to get them this week. So we are going to know a little bit about the whole ending of the episode of the series. So once that drops, we might just do like an impromptu stream. But failing that, you can expect to see us here after the episode next week. So
thank you, Lax224. I look forward to speaking to you next time, as well as everybody else.
Yeah, no, only Lax224. Everybody else can go to hell.
No, it's okay. All right, thanks very much, guys. Take it easy. Peace.